I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this slightly late installment of the live broadcast of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. This is recorded live on Sunday, February 13th, 2022. If we continue the long-time running gag on this show, it is Superb Owl Day, so I hope you all get to meet the Superb Owl. And I do apologize for the lateness of this. Blame Windows updates for really effing up my computer.
This is his egg.
I'm glad someone got the reference that I was going for there. I am Chris. Joining me today, I'm joined by the usual band of misfits. We'll start first with Mr. Anthony Bachman.
Welcome to All Technical Difficulties Daily. We are here for all your Superb Owl needs.
And next up, Willie D. Nelson.
Let's take this moment to have a remembrance for our dearly departed. Dicks out for Harambe, still and strong. Yes, let's have a good day.
Wow.
Harambe's name.
Wow.
My dick is firmly out.
Please don't let that camera fall
Don't
all during
stand up.
today's broadcast.
Don't you dare stand up.
Oh, I'm already standing.
Ah, gross. So gross.
You got a popsicle stick?
I'm looking at you beautiful faces. What am I supposed to do here?
Got it taped to a tongue depressor.
Willie made a splint out of 2 popsicle sticks and medical tape.
No. You see, I hid some Viagra and some vanilla ice cream, and that goes the easiest way to make it go down.
Just surprised yourself with it?
Yeah.
Willie roofied himself.
It's not a roofie.
It's not a roofie if you're just giving yourself Viagra, I don't think, but you are drugging yourself.
Because the Viagra's the only pill he hid in his ice cream?
Well, that's a second question for Willie.
I'm
Willie's in there
awake,
just tossing
aren't I?
He's just in there tossing a handful of pills into his ice cream. Yeah, just because you're up and functioning doesn't mean you're awake. I carried on many conversations blackout drunk.
This is Willie's version of the McFlurry,
hours.
is what you're saying. He just tosses his pills
he
in
just
and
tosses a
stirs it
handful
up.
of pills into some vanilla ice cream.
I just get that quote from fucking Grandma's Boy. I don't know what the fuck you are, but you're going in there too.
Sir, this is a vitamin D pill and a Viagra. We can't do that.
Why?
This is a Wendy's, not a McDonald's.
Vitamin D is the Viagra pill.
You gotta go to
Vitamin
Burger King
D.
so you can have it. You gotta go to Burger King so you can have it your way.
Exactly.
Like, put that shit in my shake.
But none of them
Here's
really...
some pills. Put it in.
You could really only get that at Dairy Queen or McDonald's, though, because they're really the only one that makes that kind of stir in the candy into the ice cream.
Yeah.
Or Sonic.
Ice cream machine is broken. Go to another McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Unless it's Shamrock Shake season, then magically they start working again because everyone wants a Shamrock Shake.
Those machines are
Do
just
they?
Yeah, Shamrock Shakes are amazing, Willie. We're almost in Shamrock Shake
Yeah, you can't
season.
say that.
God, that's a tongue twister. Shamrock Shake season. Shamrock Shake season.
You have a weird thing for what you want to twist your tongue.
See, Sally sells Shamrock Shakes on the seashore.
Willie, you okay there? Are you wishing you had more of that vanilla ice cream?
If you really want a real tongue twister, have you guys heard of the game Rocket League?
Yes.
So,
I have
did you
played
know?
it.
Did you know there was a game that predated it? Not predated, was a precursor to it. I don't know if it came out on the 360. I know it came out on the PS3 because I had it for the PS3, and it was not called anything like Rocket League. It had a much longer, complicated name, and somehow
Called
I
Super
picked
Soccer
up-
Shit Throw.
I picked up how to say it instantly. Never had a problem with it, but it is a tongue twister. The title is Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Well done.
Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars.
Ain't you gonna, if I ask you, would you want to be my baby tonight?
Moving on.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Try to say Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Fair enough, but that was the game that they made before Rocket League. It was Rocket League. It was pretty much Rocket League on the PS3. So, since we're all here, I've been having this question since I watched that last episode of Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
I guess to
We're on the
lighten
finale,
spoilers-
correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
To
So
lighten the
spoilers for the finale, if you haven't seen.
He said to him, "You're still a killer." Who was saying Boba Fett's not a killer? Who the fuck was saying it? Of course he still is a killer. He killed a bunch of people in this entire show. Who the fuck is saying he's not a killer?
I think the way it was worded, but not enough to convey it, is that he'll never be able to go legit. Was more what Cad Bane was meaning.
He's trying to be a mob boss. What is legit?
But okay,
about
but
that?
he's trying to be a mob boss, but he's trying to be like a mob boss, and for lack of a better term, for the people here, where he's trying to do right by the people of Mos Espa.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like Jabba was, that was, hey, I'm a mob boss that's going to better and enrich myself above all else.
Yeah, but he's not above killing people for this
Correct.
means.
Yeah,
So it's just like, come on. No one's saying he's not a killer. No, she's gonna kill you. Duh.
It's one of those things where, like, the show, especially with the Cad Bane stuff, it was a much better payoff if you watched all the seasons of Clone Wars and Rebels. It's one of those
Fair enough.
characters. I mean, yeah, because when you think about it,
What's
I mean,
his name again?
huge
Cad
Cad
Bane.
Bane. Like, huge spoilers. Like, he gets shot and supposedly killed in this, and so he only makes it in for the 7th episode of Boba and then dies in the 8th. Like, well, that's
He
kind
was
of
in the 5th
shitty.
and died in the 7th, I think is what it was.
Or was that what it was? But yeah, so he's in 2 episodes. Like, what the fuck? But it also, it's Dave Filoni getting to play with his toys because it's a character he created. So if he says, "Hey, Cad Bane dies in Book of Boba Fett," then Cad Bane dies in Book of Boba Fett. But yeah, it seems kind of like just lackluster.
But if they can shoot Cobb Vanth and leave him dead in the dirt and somehow be able to put him in a
Yeah.
back to tank, I'm pretty sure you could do the same with Cad Bane.
Yeah, I think people were talking about the
Oh.
fact that like his the little red light on his chest was still blinking, like like if it was like life support or something, like if he was still partially alive. Because who knows what all these little tech pieces we see all over people all the time in Star
He
Wars? We don't
did
know what none of them
say-
do.
He did say the Bacta tank is being used, and I thought they meant for the Wookiee. I forget his name.
No.
I never watched any of the.
No,
Did you see
Black
the
K.
post-credits scene?
Yeah, there was a post-credit
There's a
scene that
post-credit
shows who's
scene.
in the Bacta tank.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
So the post-credits scene shows like that splicer guy that was able to add cybernetics to folks to save people's
Yeah,
life
the cyber doc.
over the back to tank that has Cobb Vanth in it.
oh, okay.
Timothy
Yeah,
Oliphant's character.
Timothy Olyphantastic is not dead. He is still fantastic.
Timmy Oliphant. He was the better hitman.
I think he's
That
delightful.
that is a low bar.
It's true too.
No,
But
what he is Mickey, the freaky Tarantino film student. But if he's a suspect, then so am I.
I was also going to go with like he was all right in the what was the name of that movie? God, I'm getting all the diehards confused now. Good Day to Die Hard? No, that's the one with the son. Which
He
the
is
fourth
Live
one?
Free or Die Hard.
Live Free or Die Hard. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Getting fucking confused.
Superhero Bruce Willis runs across the wings of a fucking jet. Yeah,
Old
at
man,
that
dickhead Bruce Willis. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, at that point, John McClane is reaching towards Fast and the Furious levels. He's no longer just a schlubby cop like he was in the first couple of movies. Yeah, and that one is kind of insane. That's the one with Kevin Smith too.
Yeah, it's to borrow a line from somewhere. I can't think of where I got it from. But yeah, look at Bruce Willis's just normal sitting face. Look at this. This is a face of fun, isn't it? This face just screams fun.
I thought it screamed action.
It looks like screaming fucking going and taking a nap.
He's a cranky old man, is what you're saying?
What he looks like. I mean,
That's
yes,
fair.
yeah, there's still some good movies, but I mean, you don't look like a fun person to be around.
That's fair.
No.
I mean, I do.
You know who would be a fun person to be around, Willie?
I just said me.
I was going to say Steve-O.
Oh,
Or Johnny Knoxville.
you're not wrong. Oh yeah, Johnny Knoxville seems like a barrel of laughs.
Johnny Knoxville, okay, so this is getting into what I'm into, but because Jackass Forever is out, I want to go see it. And
It's out.
If the pandemic numbers keep going down, I think my wife and I are going to go see it next weekend. But I've been watching a bunch of the old Jackass movies because they're all on Paramount, the
Nice.
Paramount Plus app. So I've been watching a bunch of those, and they still make me laugh my ass off, even though I know what's coming. And there's something about Knoxville's laughter that's just infectious to me. Like when the dude is legitimately laughing because he's tickled about something, you can't help but laugh too.
And what's even better now is he's not laughing because he's drunk or high.
Yeah, not since Jackass 3, I think most of them were sober for.
Yeah.
To help Steve-O.
Yeah, I love to see it because, I mean, yeah, those guys, like, they've put themselves through some serious shit. And, like, a lot of it was drug use. And so, yeah, the fact that, like, Johnny Knoxville's still like, oh, no, I'm clean and sober, and I'm still going to run into a bull cage because I'm an idiot.
Johnny Knoxville's got to have CTE is all I can think, though.
Oh, yeah. He has the brain of a 112-year-old right now.
I mean, yeah, that's why he puts all the makeup so he feels as old as he is. You know, like
Irving Zisman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say it. Yeah, Jackass 3D is the best use of 3D in any movie I've ever fucking seen.
And here's where it was interesting. Like, I think it was Roger Ebert was still alive when Jackass 3D came out, and he gave it a thumbs up in part because of the way they did 3D. It was they did stunts and gags that were designed to look really neat in 3D. And I mean, granted, some of it's dildos flying off the screen into your face, but others of it's like wrecking balls coming out into your face and explosions in the background that then come towards you. So like they actually designed gags that would work really well with 3D cameras and then presenting in 3D, which we've kind of lost now, because when's the last time you saw a TV or a Blu-ray player that came with 3D capabilities anymore?
Yeah, the 3D
the buzz
thing
is
died
over.
Down.
My PS4.
I don't know. I would still say that Jackass 3D falls in a second place under Dread, because you can't spell Dread without 3D. And Dread in 3D in the movie theater was fucking awesome.
I have seen it. I've seen both in 3D. Jackass 3D wins it, even though the model train scene.
Oh yeah,
that
like,
scene was
is
awful.
that what?
was
That's something
Yeah.
coming out of that.
That scene was disgusting. Let's not
But-
talk about or think about that.
The best part of the 3D was the finale when they're all standing in a
Yes.
room, knowing stuff. Yeah, there were so many depths of field
Yeah,
throughout
the finale
everything.
was fantastic.
Like that was like I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay, I like this.
From a technical standpoint, the stuff they did in Jackass 3D was really cool. Whether you like Jackass gags and things like that, seeing it in 3D, you got to see some cool stuff that no one else was doing, because most people were just doing their regular filming and then doing post-conversion after the fact. Whereas they designed gags that were predicated on, we want this to look really effing cool to someone who's watching the movie, as it seems they've got things flying into them. Like, I'm sure there was, I don't remember, but I'm sure they put Pontius's penis right in our face a couple times.
More than likely.
Wasn't the
I need to go back
helicopter
and
pole on
rewatch
this
it.
one? Or was that in Jackass 2?
I don't
It's
remember
hard to
that
remember.
one.
Yeah, it all runs together, especially with the other 7 seasons of Jackass that I watched too. So like, it all kind of runs together.
Plus, there's also the Jackass 2.5 and 3.5 movies they put out with them
Mhm.
after the fact. There's a lot of Jackass content out there, and almost all of it's on Paramount Plus. So I watched a bunch of that just because it was kind of a shitty week, and watching the Jackass guys do stupid things makes me laugh. Although I will say I think I enjoy the third one the most, even though it may not have the best gags, because so many of them are clean and have gotten their shit together on that one. I mean, seriously.
The high five.
I
Yeah.
think the high five is great. I think
The
we've
high
talked
five
about
is
it on this
awesome.
show before, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all expected Steve-O would be dead by now, based off of how he was in Jackass 2 and earlier. And the dude
Yeah.
got his shit together, is perfectly clean, has gone basically vegan, and wants to open an animal sanctuary with his wife.
And has
And-
done like his version of stand-up comedy, which is like the McFoley stand-up comedy, where you just go and tell stories, because this fucking guy has a bunch of fucking stories, like crazy shit.
Yeah,
has
he
happened to
also
Steve-O
does
in
some
his life.
gags too. I mean, this is the guy that went and got a vasectomy and then got hit in the nuts on purpose to see what would happen. Yeah.
Yeah, he's enough. Yeah, I mean, because if I remember correctly, of like the original, of all the people that have been involved in Jackass, only one has died, and there was a tragic accident.
Ryan
that
Dunn.
sucks. But yeah, the one person that, if anybody was gonna pick someone that was gonna die from the cast of Jackass, I think Steve-O would have topped the list of anybody. Like if you had asked anybody watching the first couple seasons of that show, which of these crazy motherfuckers is gonna end up killing himself?
Well,
I'm
killed
thinking Steve-O might have been the top of
himself
the
or-
list.
I mean,
getting themselves killed. Let's put it that way. Not like a
kill, I should say.
weight issues. I mean,
I don't know. I would have put Steve-O's drug use way higher on the list than Preston's weight issues.
If you go,
fair enough.
So if you don't know, Steve-O has a YouTube channel where he tells
That
a
boy
bunch of
was doing
stories.
all the drugs.
Tells a bunch of stories of things he did when he was younger, when he was drugged out of his mind, and he goes through like all of the drugs he would take in a given day, and you're like, how the shit is this guy alive? And he goes, I don't know how I'm alive. And he goes, and I've gotten checked by my doctors and stuff like that, and they go, doesn't seem like you did much damage to yourself, other than like the head trauma probably from Jackass,
scar tissue
and third degree burns.
Clown College.
Oh yeah, when he set himself on fire.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Clown College.
That's true too. Yeah, the fact that Steve-O, I felt bad for him though because he didn't get to go to the premiere of Jackass Forever because he tested positive for COVID.
Oh God!
So he then took
who gave it to him.
He then took his private tour bus down to like a drive-in movie theater showing, and was standing on the roof of his bus parked away from everyone. I watched it on his YouTube channel and was like watching the video with people and talking to them, which was kind of cool. But it means he also missed out on the Royal Rumble where the Jackass guys showed up also.
I mean,
the Jackass guys showed up at the Rumble.
Johnny Knoxville was in the Rumble.
I would be happier if Johnny
Royal
Knoxville won the Rumble than fucking slab of meat Brock Lesnar.
So here's the thing. And I don't watch much WWE, but I did watch the Rumble because it's the Rumble. I'm going to watch it. And I have Peacock, so I get it as part of that. The Rumble was always my favorite WWF pay-per-view as a kid.
And the Rumble, I was always partial to a Survivor Series when they would do the 4-on-4 tag teams. But yeah, the Rumble was always great because it was always about setting records.
Aside from their megastars, the biggest pop going into the ring was Johnny Knoxville when he came out to the Jackass music.
Nice. Did he actually run in the ring and get knocked out?
Yeah, he actually eliminated a couple of people too, if I remember right, before he was eliminated.
They let Knoxville get some eliminations?
Yeah.
Awesome. Who actually tossed him out of the ring? Do you remember?
Sami Zayn, I believe, tossed him out.
Sami Zayn got him? Nice.
But it was cool. I mean, that was always the fun of the Rumble, though, growing up, was who's the random people that are going to show up in the Rumble. We had Pete Rose at one point in time. We had Drew Carey at another point in time.
Wait, Pete Rose?
Pete Rose was in the Royal Rumble.
Random weird celebrities.
Fucking scammer guy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Royal Rumble. Because the Royal Rumble is 30 men get put into the ring, and you can take the time to do weird gags and weird guest appearances and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's just last person standing.
No, but why that guy? Is this before or after the
This was in the early 90s, I guess, or mid-90s.
I think it was right when they were pushing him for the Hall of Fame. And he was really in, like, the zeitgeist. I'm trying to remember, though, who still holds the Iron Man? Is it Rey Mysterio or was it Shawn Michaels?
I think it's Shawn Michaels, but I don't know that for a fact.
Because I know Rey was the first guy, I believe, to go over an hour and a half and be in the Rumble, and it's still not been eliminated, which was... I remember the first time they did that with Rey, and it was amazing because they figured out every way that you could throw a little dude out of the ring and have him catch the ropes or the ring post or something and swing his ass back in that ring, and he did it like 12 times. And every one of them was like, man, if Rey's glove slips a little bit, he's gonna land in the front row of the audience because it was like Big Show chucking him out of the ring, and he'd grab the ring post and swing back in. It's like, dear God, if he misses, it's going to hurt.
So, Willie, you were mentioning celebrities. I just pulled a list. It's off the Sportster, but it's 8 random celebrities to appear in the Royal Rumble. First was a Johnny Knoxville on the list. Drew Carey in the 2001.
Yeah, he's come out smiling, just went out like why were you even here?
In WrestleMania 35, Michael Che and Colin Jost were both in the Andre the Giant Rumble that they did.
Who?
Hosts of Weekend Update on SNL.
On SNL.
Okay, and who watches SNL anymore?
William the Refrigerator Perry at WrestleMania 2.
Oh, that's right. I bet he eliminated a bunch of motherfuckers.
Probably. Shaquille O'Neal.
Once again, same thing.
David Arquette was not in the Royal Rumble, but he's in this list. That's weird.
Yeah, why? Hey, he was in WCW. That doesn't make any sense. He was the WCW heavyweight champion of the world.
He's still wrestling, too.
David Arquette?
Yeah, on the Indies.
Yes. Shawn Michaels was the first entrant at number 1 to win the Rumble at Rumble 8 in 95.
I think Benoit won it at 2 or something like that, but we don't talk about Chris Benoit anymore.
Wait, why don't we talk about
Rumble
Chris Benoit?
17. Benoit was number 1. He was entered number 1. Yeah.
Willie, do you legitimately not know, or...
What does the smile tell you?
He's smiling. Okay. He fucking knows. I know it's yeah. Rey Mysterio went in at 2 and then won 2 years later.
I still think how WWE is doing that, how they're handling
Get
it
the
is
F out.
terrible. Just
Yeah.
we don't talk about it. It doesn't exist. Like that's not how you handle this.
Yeah, that's not how you face a problem. The problem
But
of
that's how they're doing
CTE that's damaging wrestlers. Like, yeah, it should be addressed.
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem is it's tough. It's the whole separating the artist from the art thing. And I know not a lot of people can do that. And I've talked about before how, for instance, I can't do it with Kevin Spacey. So, like, I never finished, what's the name of that political show?
House of Cards.
House of Cards. I don't know that watching a bunch of Benoit content, I could separate the art from the artist. Yes, I know he was troubled and had mental issues on top of multiple concussions and things like that. But the dude...
Concussions caused by what, Chris?
Chair shots, unprotected chair shots.
Unprotected chair shots and the flying headbutt.
What production? Yeah. What production did he get these on?
ECW, WCW, WWF, anywhere he wrestled, basically.
All these wrestlers should have insurance through the company itself, right, to protect them, right?
Well, they would if they're employees, but since they're not,
they're all independent contractors.
Yeah,
and they
it's almost like they're dipshits, right?
And they can also choose to not release an independent contractor from their contract when they ask for their release and prevent them from working anywhere, like they're doing to Mustafa Ali, who said, "I'll see you guys in a year and a half," because that's how much he's got left on his contract, and they won't let him out. Yeah,
the way Titan Sports runs the WWE backside business is such bullshit.
And this is not to get us into an AEW, WWE war, but they are done differently.
But there's a reason a whole lot of people want to go to AEW, and a lot of it is just health insurance. They want to know that, hey, if I get injured at work, the company I work for is going to take care of me.
Well, they can still work the indies in AEW, too. So a lot of these folks are getting a full-time contract but still doing shows on the side.
And Vince McMahon, if you want to come after me, you could suck my limp dick. I don't give a fuck about you. What can you do, you old man?
You got no chance,
Have
Willie.
you seen that old man? Yeah, no chance. Oh, no chance at all. He would beat the fuck out of you.
No chance in hell.
He would roid rage all over your forehead.
Listen, I know exactly what to do here. Look at him. He's an old lesh of a person. What do you think Jerry the King Lawyer gets his ideas? Vince McMahon, be more horny. Be more horny. And he says, all right, be more horny. Calm down. Puppies.
I think that's just also...
Yeah, it's all Vince McMahon, so I got to show him a pair of tits. He's distracted. Nut shot.
Well, that actually might work.
The whole world I just built. A world of pain.
A world of suffering.
Right. Hey, why don't we get into the news since we're running behind schedule?
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
Welcome to the news of the week. It's that part of the show where we run down what's in our minds some of the most interesting, geeky, and or nerdy news to have popped up here in the last week or so, and share it with you guys who are watching live. I will go first with my story because we can do it relatively quickly, because I think Willie's looking at the notes. Yours could take a little bit longer because it's a lot of content potentially in it. So, hey, good news, everyone. You guys thought Futurama was dead and gone. Evidently it's not, and it came out of nowhere. It was announced this week. I believe the Hollywood Reporter broke the news that nearly 10 years after it wrapped its last run, Futurama has been revived for a 20-episode run on Hulu. This will be the third platform for the animated comedy. Remember, they aired their first 5 seasons on Fox before being revived for 3 more on Comedy Central. They are slated for a 2023 premiere. Following an extended deal-making period, they have said Billy West, Katie Seagal, and multiple other voice actors such as Tress McNeely, Maurice LaMarche, Lauren Tom, Phil Lamar, and David Herman will return. At this time, John DiMaggio has not signed a deal to come back.
What the flump?
There's various reports back and forth, and there was, I think even Mark Hamill had chimed in and said, look, I'm not going to replace his voice. I don't know who was floating Mark Hamill's name at it, but he goes, I certainly wouldn't replace John DiMaggio as Bender. So my assumption is it comes down to money and the fact that John DiMaggio is one of the most prolific voice actors of this generation and deserves to be paid. and I'm guessing that the pay is not quite what he thinks it should be, and they'll probably work it out because you can't really do Futurama without Bender, and you don't want to have the fan reaction of, oh, you recast Bender? F you guys.
Well, and especially when you're bringing a show back for it's been canceled what, four times?
Three times.
So this is the fourth resurrection of a show, and you're not going to bring back one of the most popular characters because you don't want to pay one voice actor? Like, are you fucking crazy?
So
like, that's insane.
I think one of the best takes I saw on this was on Twitter, and I can't remember who said it, but I put it in our Discord server, and it was, Futurama should start their first episode with Bender's sudden silent death, then immediately introduce a Poochie-like replacement. Then the episode ends with Bender walking in and kicking Poochie out. He is, of course, voiced by John DiMaggio, who they secretly signed.
Nice.
Just play with the Poochie idea.
Well, someone was saying, isn't there like a good version of Bender that's actually a robot made out of a different metal?
There's Flexo.
That's what it was.
Bender. Flexo was the evil twin that had the goatee, like you had the Trek stuff for. But Flexo was actually arguably the good guy, if I remember correctly, when compared to Bender.
Bender is technically the bad robot. Yeah, I'd heard someone saying like they could just put Flexo in there and have somebody else do the voice.
Flexo also voiced by John DiMaggio, though.
Yeah, but I've seen like 5 episodes of Futurama. Like it was just never a show that really caught me. So I was like, well, I wanted to know about that robot because I'm like, if it's the evil version of an evil robot, so it's the good version of him.
Futurama is funnier than The Simpsons, but not funnier than The Simpsons, but not funnier during The Simpsons during its prime. So anything post season 7 Simpsons, Futurama is better than, way better than, and I think they were consistently better than The Simpsons have been. But also, The Simpsons have been on for 30 years at this point or some nonsense.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the longest running animated show of all time.
I don't think 30's right. I think I oversold it a little bit, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I thought they were on like 32 or something.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, that show's been going forever.
So I guess Hulu's play here is they want to bring back Futurama because they have a bunch of original animated series, including an Animaniacs revival, which should be coming soon, if it's not out already, a show called Solar Opposites and Crossing Swords. They also have a back catalog of things like Family Guy, Rick and Morty, Bob's Burgers, South Park, and the original Futurama. So they're kind of trying to turn this into, hey, you like those cartoons you'd see on Adult Swim or late night on Comedy Central? Come watch them on Hulu.
Now, at some point, I just actually got all caught up on Rick and Morty season 5. I've been finishing up a bunch of other shows. So yeah, Futurama is one I might have to dig into. And I just wanted to check to be sure. It's been running since '89. The Simpsons will return for apparently the second half of season 33, February 27th. It's been running for 33 years.
It's crazy.
Like, yeah, I mean, I still remember watching it as the little clip show on the end of the Tracy Ullman show. Because, like, I was watching original Fox stuff in, like, junior high. And, like, I remember, like, how cool that crazy, weird cartoon was at the end of the Tracy Ullman show that ended up being way more popular than the Tracy Ullman show. And then, like, people freaking out because this is the show that knocked the Cosbys out of the #1 slot. The Cosby Show was the most popular show on American television until I want to say 2 or 3 years into The Simpsons, and the Cosbys won their night on the ratings board every week until The Simpsons. This animated family kicked Bill Cosby's ass and has been running strong for 33 seasons. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I kind of stopped watching The Simpsons other than in passing or back catalog stuff quite a few years ago. Like, I'll pull up Disney Plus and watch some of the old stuff, but it kind of just stopped. I don't think I've watched it in a decade. It kind of just stopped being funny to me. Like, I'd watch it, and it was mostly because it was forced of habit, and I'm like, did I laugh? And you can send your hate mail to js@gonnageek.com. That's where all the hate mail goes to. But, like, and I don't think I'm the only one, because other people have expressed that same issue on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, things like that. I just don't think that The Simpsons really speaks to me so much anymore because I don't really feel like the formula has evolved. In fact, I think it might have devolved a little bit because Homer in the beginning was like the Family Guy who tried hard that was kind of a numbskull. Now he's just an idiot that goes around and does whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
The heart of Homer is kind of gone so that they can use him to do just about whatever they want. He's become very Peter Griffin-y, for lack of a better term.
Fair enough.
That's fine. And I'm kind of the same way with Family Guy at this point in time. Like, I'll occasionally turn it on, but most of the new ones I don't really pay much attention to. Like my new animated stuff that I have to watch is like South Park, which South Park this week was gold, hilarious.
There's new South Park.
Yeah, it's the second episode of this season.
Oh, what is that streaming anywhere?
I think it's on Hulu still, but I'm not sure.
I know all the old stuff is on HBO Max, but I'm not sure about the new seasons.
I think the new ones were on there, but I don't remember. Yeah, this week we find out that Tolkien is named after J.R.R. Tolkien. So his name is not Token Black, it's Tolkien Black. And
Tolkien Black.
And people didn't realize that. And their commitment to the gag has gone as far as updating the Wikipedias, updating the Android games,
Nice.
the card games and stuff they've put out for Android and iOS all had patches that came out to update Token's name to Tolkien.
That's hilarious.
Yes. I don't know if they've put patches out for Stick of Truth and
But he's not related to him. He's just named after.
He's named after him because his father loved the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So he named his son Tolkien Black.
I don't know. I still think the greatest Tolkien joke ever was, I don't know who the comedian was, but they realized that the two white guys in Black Panther were both from the Lord of the Rings movies. Like, wait, so they have two Tolkien white guys?
Yeah.
Like, that was still like the best Tolkien joke I think I've ever heard. It was like, how is it the only two white actors in that movie are both from Lord of the Rings? Like, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah. So South Park's back. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch it, it's pretty good. But if you don't like the Tegrity stuff, be aware. I think there's some more Tegrity stuff coming based off the setup of this.
Doesn't
week.
like the Tegrity stuff. You speak up now.
I don't know if I like it or
enjoy
not
it,
because I haven't got to those episodes.
That's because
That's another show I started again
That was
on.
like years ago.
It's
What?
like 6 years old,
Yeah.
the Tegrity gag, but
And I wasn't watching South Park then.
that's because
I was watching South Park in high school when it first came out and thought it was hilarious. And I left for the Navy. I was away from cable for 6 years.
That's because you don't have Tegrity.
I've never
Apparently
had
not.
cable.
Tegrity weed.
Well, it was hard to pirate shows when I was on a boat out in the middle of the ocean.
It's hard to pirate when you're out at sea, huh?
Yar!
Apparently, you
No.
don't pirate
No.
when you're out at sea.
We were pirating other
Excuse
things.
me. Oh, my whole world's breaking down.
He was
now.
pirating the booty while he was at
We were
sea.
pirating other things. We just weren't pirating TV shows.
What fake pirates you are.
Yeah, so go watch South Park if you haven't had a chance. And it kind of fits in with going back to Futurama because it's part of the animated slate of shows that Hulu has on their service. So if you like the Adult Swim kind of shows and the adult-oriented animation, Hulu's trying to make themselves be the place to go for it. On a side note, I'm also really bummed that the revival of the Boondocks got canceled on HBO Max.
Oh, they canceled it?
They canceled it. Would have been hilarious.
I don't know. I was just happy because they just dropped all the season 5 of Rick and Morty, and so I binged that over this week, and damn, that was good.
You mean the thing that came out over a year ago?
Yeah, but I don't fucking have Comedy Central, and I don't pirate shit, so I have to wait until it shows up on a streaming service somewhere.
Cartoon Network.
What about Cartoon Network?
It's on Cartoon Network, not Comedy
Yeah,
Central.
not-
but
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
whichever.
Whichever. South Park's on Comedy Central.
Comedy Central, fucking Cartoon Network. What? I don't care. I don't have the cables.
Throw on Nickelodeon there too. Why not?
I don't have that one either. I also don't
Hell,
have
fucking
TNT
throw
or
BET
TBS,
in there.
which is why I want Fight TV so I can just have the AEW app and not have to fucking get cable.
well, I mean, you could do that. You
Bastard.
just have to run a firewall to do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just lazy.
You see that?
I don't want to do a
shit.
firewall and a VPN just to fake that I'm in the UK just so I can pay to watch AEW.
I don't want to have to watch AEW pay-per-views on the shitty Bleacher Report app, but we are where we are.
It's true. It's not the best app.
At least it's on the
Something
Xbox.
stop
It doesn't exist
doing
on my
that in
Android
America?
TV or Apple TV yet, but I can run it on my Xbox. So I have to run a next-gen console for 3 hours to watch a pay-per-view. That's a bit of a waste of horsepower there.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Bit.
Little waste.
Yeah, I have to turn on my Xbox.
Well, I mean, when you consider the power draw the Xbox has compared to a media streamer, it's a bit of a difference.
This is true.
The Xbox.
Here,
is
I
pretty
will
powerful.
mail you 13 cents.
Okay, mail me 13 cents right now.
I don't have your address. You gotta send me the address first.
I will send you my address after the show, so you can mail me. My
Oh, then I'll
13
wait till
cents.
after the episode to send it to you.
You know if you give him your address, you're getting a bag of dicks, right? You know
No.
that, bro.
Are they the gummy dicks?
No.
Because I'll eat 'em.
Willie's. No, they won't be gummy. It will just be a bag of dicks.
3D printed dicks, huh? I'd take 3D printed dicks.
It's not going to be dicks. It's going to be oozing dicks.
Oh, gross.
All right, let's move on to our next news story here. Mr. Bachman, what you got for us?
We got a little casting news. I always love it to see when an actor ups their geek cred again, and not like Ray Stevenson doesn't already have a fucking bucket of geek cred. He was the bloodiest Punisher ever. He was Vorstag, the big man in all the Thor films. He voiced some characters on the Clone Wars and Rebels. He's a great fucking actor. I guess he just had a turn in as a character in Vikings, which I've watched like most of the first season, but I haven't seen his character in it. But it's been announced on a Slash film that Star Wars series Ahsoka cast Ray Stevenson as mystery villain, and then in parentheses they put, and it isn't Thrawn, which kind of makes sense because he didn't voice Thrawn, I don't believe, on the show. But yeah, he did. He voiced.
It was a Mickelson brother. It wasn't Mads, I don't think, that was Thrawn.
Yeah, it was one of the other Mickelsons that did the voice. But yeah, no, in Rebels and Clone Wars, he was Gar Saxon, which is one of my favorite Mandalorians because I had got the pop of it because he's got the black, yellow, and red color scheme, and he's just badass looking. But yeah, it says, let's see. Today brings interesting news for Star Wars fans. The upcoming Ahsoka series has added yet another member to its ever-growing cast. Ray Stevenson from Thor and Vikings, tapped to play an unspecified villain in the show. Which, yeah, marks his return to the galaxy far, far away as he did a voice in Clone Wars and Rebels, which was Gar Saxon. And then, let's see, what else did they have in here? Yeah, we got everybody else coming back and reviewing their roles. It says he's definitely playing a villain, but he's not playing Thrawn, even though we know that Ahsoka mentioned Thrawn because he was name dropped. But, the odds are he would be playing Gar Saxon because that's the character he's played, and we already have a precedent set where we have, Katie Sackhoff played Bo-Katan and then now played the live-action Bo-Katan. We had the guy that did the voice of Cad Bane, got to do the voice of live-action Cad Bane, which, live-action, it was still CGI Cad Bane. Odds are, if you're bringing in Ray Stevenson, he already voiced Gar Saxon in 2 different Star Wars series. We're going to probably get to see Ray Stevenson in Mando armor, kicking ass, which, how fucking cool is that going to be? Because that's going to be a big fucking Mandalorian. Ray Stevenson is not a small man. Trying to think of see if his IMDb actually has his height listed. Like, he's big as shit. Like, he's actually one of those guys that, when you see him in the Volstagg makeup, yeah, he's 6'3". He's listed as 6'3" on IMDb, and he might be one of those guys that's actually like 6'3" when he's slumping. Like, he's big. He's a big boy. So, yeah, just, more casting news. More likely we're getting more and more actors getting to come back and reprise their roles, which I love the idea that, like, you did the voice of this cartoon character, never thinking it was going to be live action. And then 10, 15 years later, oh, hey, we're going to bring that character to the live action world. Go and talk to that same actor and be like, hey, would you like to actually play this role in a Star Wars live action movie or a TV show? Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
This Star Wars, sure, why not? I'll give it a try.
Yeah, and like I said, it's more Star Wars. I don't spend more than 50% of my time complaining about it. I'm actually a fan of Star Wars. I like the Star Wars stuff. There are little things I don't like, but I like all the shows. I like all the movies. I fucking like Star Wars.
I don't like the sequel trilogy.
Oh, I'm going to complain about one thing. How come there was an episode of the Book of Boba Fett that had no Boba Fett? Who said that? Which one of you motherfuckers said that?
Willie, you know what happens in books sometimes? The main character doesn't appear in every chapter.
But
it's true.
Why?
I don't know.
But if the book's called the Book of this character,
okay, in all seriousness, here is what they probably should have done. This probably shouldn't have been named the Book of Boba Fett. It should have been called Star Wars Tales or Star Wars Anthology or something like that, so that they could pick up threads from all across the galaxy and kind of be able to tell them in one place. If you would rename this to say Star Wars Tales, the Book of Boba Fett, then I think people would be a bit better with the fact that, hey, we had an episode that didn't have Boba Fett in it, which is arguably the best episode of the season.
Because this really did become kind of Mandalorian 2.5. But I don't know. I like the one that Jana found online where someone's like, why is everybody arguing about whether it should be called Mando or Book of Boba Fett? It should just be called Grogu and Friends. It's all just about the little guy.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. He was only in 2 episodes.
Yeah, but that was what everybody was waiting for. Everybody loves a little guy.
I had no expectation of him showing up in this show. I was pleasantly surprised when he did, but
Pleasantly is the right word, but yeah, surprised.
I will say I was happy to have Mando return, although it appears from photos on set that Pedro Pascal was only doing voiceover work this time for Din Djarin because of Last of Us stuff, is what everyone's assuming.
Yay,
Makes
Last of
sense.
Us!
Well,
Can't
because
wait.
they
It was-
already standardly had 3 different actors in the Mando suit. You had one for gunfights, one for physical fights, and then
Right.
Pedro for talking. So
I think
Yeah.
it was Brandon Wayne is the stunt double that is John Wayne's grandson, was the one that was Mando on that we saw in Book of Boba Fett, because what was it? Mando, the first episode that had Mando only in it, where he's like flying on the commercial liner and there's that Rhodian kid that's waving at him and stuff like that. The kid who played that Rhodian was sharing pictures on Instagram from behind the scenes where she's
Nice.
with Brandon, or they're with Brandon Wayne with the helmet off in the Mandalorian armor and stuff like that. So it would appear that Pedro Pascal may have just done voiceover work, and that's probably because of the Last of Us commitment, which is why the Mandalorian season 3 slid to the right some, because he was going to be busy doing
doing another TV show.
Last of Us
No offense.
Wait, is that a TV show or a movie?
TV show.
What?
TV show.
Last of Us.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, it's gonna be an HBO show. So I mean, it's gonna be good. But no offense to Brandon Wayne, but John Wayne was the worst actor ever, right? We can all agree with that, right?
Have you seen the 63 Elvis movies?
What?
I'm just saying, John Wayne was bad, but Elvis turned out some schlock him.
Oh no.
So-
The reason why I'm saying he's the worst actor ever is because he never acted. He was just John Wayne in everything.
And again, I will say, have you seen the 63 Elvis movies?
Oh no.
So
He
you're
was
No,
just
why would I watch
He
any
was
Elvis
just
movie?
Elvis in like all but 2 of them. I think Elvis actually acted in like 2 movies. Other than that, he
Fair
was just
enough.
Elvis Presley in a movie.
so
You
Willie,
know what?
to put in modern terms what you're talking about, it's the Vin Diesel effect,
Yeah,
where
Vin
you
Diesel
just play
is
the
just Vin
same
Diesel.
character everywhere you go.
About family.
It's all about family.
It's all
But,
about we are family.
Shit, I had something. What's it?
Sorry, I scattered your mind
Fucking
there.
Vin Diesel threw me off. Fucking Vin Diesel.
You got Diesel.
You were talking about Brandon Wayne and
Oh.
John Wayne.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Elvis. I think Elvis just likes to suck his own damn dick, right? That's all he really cared about, right?
What?
I thought he liked peanut butter and banana sandwiches,
Yeah.
but you do you.
I mean, come on, it's El. He'd like to hear himself talk, probably.
Well, that's probably true.
I mean, it's possible, I suppose, but who knows? Who knows? Hey, Willie,
Nobody knows.
what you got for us news-wise?
I got some Nintendo news. Nintendo had a direct earlier this week. Some good news, some okay news, and some like whatever news. But a lot of it's just announcing what's coming up. Like Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Did any of you play any of the other 2, perchance?
No, and I was surprised this is what they wrapped the direct with, was Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah, I remember the name, but I don't think I ever played any of them.
I think a lot
Yeah.
of people are suffering from the fact they wanted something on Breath of the Wild 2, or Mario, or Metroid Prime, and none of that was in the direct.
Yeah, but you did get a little bit of DLC announcement for Mario Kart Deluxe 8, or is it Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? I don't
Whatever
know which
it is.
one it is.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
was ready and wanting a new
What?
Mario Kart, not an update to the Mario Kart port from the Wii U. And they're putting out, 48 tracks or something like that as
Yep.
DLC?
Whoa.
When did this Mario game come out? I mean, for the Switch, not for the Wii U. When did this game come out for the Switch? Like 4 or 5 years ago, right?
I'll
Wait,
pull the
so-
release date right now.
Is Mario Kart the new Grand Theft Auto 5? Nintendo's just going to keep
No, they
releasing
still
the
got a
same
couple
Mario
more
Kart.
years before they hit that.
So it was a Switch, it was a Wii U game. It's been, holy shit, May 29th, 2014.
Whoa.
Yeah, it still got some time to hit Grand Theft Auto
Yeah.
years.
But I mean, still, they're closing in on 8 years? Like, that's impressive.
But that was the Wii U version. When did the Switch version come out?
Let me find that.
Because that's what people are going to be arguing about, and let's just nip that in the bud right this minute.
April 27th, 2017 is when the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe released on Switch.
about 5 years ago, and now we're getting DLC. We're getting 48 new tracks, just like you said.
I mean, it's cool they're doing tracks and they're taking tracks from the other
48.
games, but I'm curious how the double dash tracks are going to work in a game without the double dash mechanic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I never played Double Dash, but I was more worried about the mobile one because they're bringing tracks from the mobile game.
I mean, I guess there's probably plenty of people that are still playing Mario Kart because it's really the best kart racing game available on the Switch. Garfield Kart Racing, for instance, not very good. That was one that's a gag on the internet that everyone keeps making fun of. But
Speaking of which, they also had an announcement for a Disney kart racer coming out that looks to be free to play.
Okay.
At least from what I heard of it seems like it was going to be free to play. So that's a little bit on the
Free to play, you got me
weird side.
interested.
Another thing they announced is Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings are added to Nintendo Online, Nintendo Switch Online, whatever. You know where they add the games into the previous things, your original Nintendo, your Super Nintendo.
so
and what
for
have you.
folks that are big fans of the Earthbound series, this is good news, and I think they're taking it as a silver lining of if we can get enough people showing they're playing Earthbound 1 and 2, that means maybe we'll get an Earthbound 3 someday.
There's no Earthbound 3.
Mother
what the fuck
3,
are you talking
excuse
about?
me.
There you go, Mother 3. Why is it called Earthbound Beginnings when it's the first in the series? It's the first one that came out. It was Mother.
Yeah.
What was Earthbound then? Was Mother 2? Yeah, Mother. It was just Mother 2.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
Mother 3, everyone, there is a cautious optimism that's probably going to get cruelly dashed that this means Mother 3 is going to be coming. Because while I'm sure there's going to be a lot of excitement from people who love the game and want to go and replay it, I'm not sure that the Earthbound game is necessarily going to appeal to younger Switch gamers. I don't know that they care as much about that.
Well, when you say younger, how younger are you going?
Let's talk like the kid to mid-teen generation, that a lot of those folks are buying Switches.
I
And they're
think
getting them for children.
when I was 15, I was into RPGs.
Okay. But there's other RPGs out there that are the more modern RPGs versus an old school RPG. This was
That's
not
right. Yeah, they
old
should have
sc-
released
yeah,
this a long time ago.
This is not old school to us because it was new when we were that age. If you're a kid now and looking at some of these retro things, some of these things are harder to get kids pulled into because they're used to the more modern RPGs and how you interact with them and things like that.
I don't think anyone's going to be playing Earthbound Beginnings or Earthbound on that Nintendo. They might be, but there's not going to be the mass number that they think there will be.
Probably not. I mean, it's cool to see that it's there. It's a game that's been clamored for, so that's good. But I don't take it as meaning, hey, we're going to get a new Earthbound game.
If you wanted to play it, you've already played it.
Right.
What you want to play is Mother 3. Is what you want. They're not giving it to you. So Nintendo, stop being a bitch.
Hey, I'm
Release
also
Mother 3.
I'm also sure that Willie's really excited that MLB The Show 22 is coming to the Nintendo
I was
Switch.
getting to that because I was laughing my dick off when I saw the damn when they showed the box at the end of the trailer. I was like, that says PlayStation or Sony on it.
Yes, because Sony Studios makes it and
Yeah.
it comes out on all the consoles now.
hmm
I mean,
That-
joking aside, they're going to put a baseball game out in a season that may not even be played because there's a strike going on right now.
Fair enough. Whatever. Before you just jump into it, I'm going to say my favorite thing before you just jump the gun on it. What do you think? Well, how about this? What do you think is my favorite announcement out of this?
I just wanted to make a baseball gag, I'll be honest.
I'll make you gag. Go ahead and tell me.
I knew he was going to say that.
What is it you're most excited about?
hmm
Advance Wars 1 and 2.
Hell no.
Damn.
I am not a strategy game person. I cannot fucking figure that shit out.
I'm looking through the list of the announcements right now, and
I guess it may surprise you, but I'll just go ahead and say it. Mario Strikers.
Is
okay,
that the Mario soccer game?
Yeah, I loved it on the Wii.
it was really
That
good on the Wii.
fucking amazing
Yeah.
on the Wii.
Hmm.
Except for when you had to be the goaltender and when they did the super special kick and you had to point at the thing to block it when that IR sensor wasn't really perfect. Like I was pointing at it. No, you weren't. Yes, fuck you.
It does look interesting, and I did enjoy it before. Now, the real question I would have for you, Willie, is what game on there am I most excited about? Do you think?
Splatoon 3.
Yeah, you got me.
I was right.
Yeah, you're right.
I was right.
You're right, actually.
Yeah.
I really loved
Easy peasy.
I loved Splatoon 2. I had so much fun with it. And I'm glad to see that there's a Splatoon 3 with a co-op mode coming. I'm intrigued.
The Splatoon games are really fun. My buddy, his kid, that is his favorite shooter of all time. The kid's played Halo, he's played Apex, he's played all the Battle Royale games, Fortnite, he loves Splatoon. He thinks Splatoon is the funnest fucking game in the world.
All right, just for brevity too, let's fast pace this thing. Fire Emblem Warriors, which is what's the type of game it's called? Muso. I keep forgetting that term. Muso style game, which is like the Dynasty Warriors games, where it's one of you, your own general, going up against a bunch of other people. You have to stop things, fight a bunch of other people all at once. It's made for that. The Muso games.
And they've made a couple Zelda games like that too.
Yeah, I was about. Yeah. There's just one. There's multiples. There's two.
There's two.
Hyrulean Warriors, right?
And then there was a second one that came out.
But I was guessing Hyrulean Warriors 2, I'm assuming.
I can't remember what it was titled. Sorry. I don't remember.
Fair enough. But yeah, those are the Muso type games. Essentially what that genre is called.
All right. So I just looked at the list from the Nintendo Direct thing real quick. What game do you think, Willie, I would be excited about if I actually had a Switch?
Jesus Christ, man.
Kirby.
I love giving Willie questions.
I vote fun. Kirby.
Oh, fucking no, I don't even remember what's in here. I'm trying to go through them.
It's not Kirby. Chris is wrong. I was never a fan of.
Awesome.
I was trying to save that. God damn it.
Fine. If you're trying to save
it, the Force Unleashed remake or fucking put it over to the Switch. I'm assuming, right?
It's a port.
Nope. Actually, yeah, I saw the port of that.
No Man's Sky
right.
port to the Switch.
Fuck yeah! If I could sit on a Switch and do some mining, fuck yeah! I love you some No Man's Sky.
Right,
I'm gonna end up buying that game like 4 times. It's ridiculous.
You had just done Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I know where I was. I was being facetious.
I'm sorry. I was trying to help. Jeez, bite my head
Chrono
off.
Cross remake. Going back to not even a remake. It's a remaster. It's gonna look exactly the same it did back on the PS1. Back to the old RPGs. Let's put them back on. Sure. Who the fuck cares about Chrono Cross? Anybody?
I don't think that was one that really hit very hard.
I was interested, but once I saw the gameplay,
this is a Nintendo Direct that was really cool to people that like older type RPGs. If you're not into older type RPGs, this Direct didn't have as much for you.
A new Nintendo sports game. Instead of like Wii Sports, it's Switch Sports.
So I'm intrigued by it, but I think people are overestimating how well it's going to do because everyone talks about the hype that was surrounding Wii Sports. But part of that hype was because if you bought a Wii, it came with Wii Sports.
You got it for free.
It wasn't people making a choice to go out and plop $60 down to say, I want to play Wii Sports. So I don't know if you're going to have, let's say 50% of the Switch player base be like, oh my God, I got to play Switch Sports and go and drop their cash down. So while they'll make some money off it, I'm not sure it's going to be quite the same phenomenon that Wii Sports was back in the day.
But if you want to have a taste to see if it is going to be, you can turn on your Switch February 18th to 20th to try it free if you're a Nintendo Switch Online member.
Okay, that's cool. And I was not aware of that, and I'll probably try
3 of the games. Sorry, just 3 of the games.
I'll try it. What the hell?
It's like a demo that only lasts for the weekend.
I'm totally fine with that.
Next weekend? Yeah, it's next weekend. 5 days.
Okay.
No.
Let's see.
Free trials are always good. Everything should have a free trial.
Sort of, but not, because you got to be a subscriber to get it. It's like when they do their game. Yeah. It's like when they do their Play with Gold stuff on Xbox, where it's like, hey, if you're an Xbox Live Gold subscriber, it's a free play weekend on this game. Give it a try and stuff like that.
Well, because a lot of times those are the ones where it's like, there's crossplay, right? So it's like you have to have the online edition of whatever system you're on so that you can actually play the free version.
Right.
Yeah. It's free, but it's not free.
Yeah. Like PlayStation Plus games are not free.
Yeah.
Because you have to pay PlayStation Plus to get it.
Yeah. My new cool Dwight skin I got isn't really free because I pay for Amazon Prime, but that skin would have cost $20 if I bought it in the fucking store.
It's a benefit. That's a side.
Yeah. It's a nice little perk.
There you go. Yeah. It's a perk, not a bug.
Remakes of Front Mission and Front Mission 2. Because yay, more RPG strategy game, right? Well, no, the front mission games were like strategy games. They weren't action games, right?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't play
Metroid
'em.
Dread gets a free update.
Yeah.
Adds Dread mode and Rookie mode.
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily care about the stuff they're putting in there. The rookie mode might be okay if you're having a lot of trouble with the game, but I don't know that I necessarily care about the one-hit kills mode that's going in there. Because why do I want to get my nuts kicked in by a game? Because that's what that's going to feel like, for lack of a
Yeah,
better
I'm good
term.
on that. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands.
I like Kirby games.
It shows that Kirby can suck something that's a little too big for even him.
I mean, yes, he does take over a car.
Well, his mouth is just whoop over the car, but it can't fully suck in the car.
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, you know the jokes.
I like Kirby games, but the last one that came out was like really short. I can't remember what it was called, but it was
the most one I played was Kirby 64.
It was like 6 hours basically to beat that game. I was like, that's it? I paid $60 for this?
You got 6 hours.
Yeah, $10.
I only
an
got
hour.
less than that.
I got a lot more time out of the Pokemon games. Let's put it that way. When it comes to bang for the buck.
Sure. But also, you mentioned earlier, Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. Strategy games are not my thing. They look to play good. I've heard good things about it, but I just don't care about strategy games, man.
That's fair.
I'm not good at Civ 6. I'm just not good. I'm bad at XCOM. I'm just terrible at all those. I don't have the brain for it. My brain just doesn't click for that, and it sucks. Good news, though. Portal 1 and 2 will be released on Switch later this year.
I mean, it's cool, but who's
A
really
port
clamoring
of
for
Portal.
it? Yeah, who's clamoring for it? It's really cool that it's there, but who's been like, oh my god, I wish I could have Portal on my Switch.
And they're also porting Star Wars The Force Unleashed, I mentioned earlier. No Man's Sky is getting a port. Is there anything
real quick
else?
before you get off that, the port of No Man's Sky, I'll be very interested to see how it performs on the Switch. I don't know what performance is going to be like, because I imagine the draw distance isn't going to be very far out on that.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the rest here. There's not much here. There's more ports.
Lego Brawls.
More ports.
Yeah.
Sure. Lego Brawls.
They
That's
announced
where we're
like
up to.
30 games in the Nintendo Direct, so I mean, we're obviously not going to cover all of them.
Hey, Mario Strikers is the best one. I don't give a fuck about anything
That's
else.
fair. I mean, if I was not as interested in Splatoon 3, I'd probably agree with you, to be honest.
And you know what? I'm probably going to get the Mario Kart DLC. I don't fucking care, because I just want more Mario Kart, and that's the way I have to get it. Fuck you, Nintendo.
Didn't they
You take this middle finger with the money.
But didn't they bundle some of that DLC with not the regular Switch Online, but the Switch Online Plus or whatever it is?
The expansion plus or whatever it's called, you do get, it is included with that. Why are they doing it like that? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand their pricing structure. Because Switch
Like, it
Online's
makes
what,
no
like
sense.
$20 a year for the regular baseline service, which gives you SNES, NES games, and cloud backups of some games, but not your Pokemon games, which I still don't understand why they won't back up my Pokemon game, because it's going to mean that if my Switch bricks, I lose 120 hours in Pokemon, or some nonsense like that. That's ridiculous and insane to me. And then if you want to play N64 and Sega Genesis games, you pay, what is it, another $15 on top of that a year?
I haven't even looked at the prices.
The premium, which I guess is now including some DLC for Animal Crossing and DLC for Mario Kart.
Why? Why is that how you're releasing the DLC? That makes no fucking sense to me.
I don't know if they the Animal Crossing stuff, I think, is linked to only that way. But
That's
the
only way you can get it.
Did they say explicitly that all the Mario Kart stuff is only if you're a subscriber to that?
Nope,
Okay.
it's $24.99 without it.
Okay.
By itself. Or not by the DLC for the game you already have.
There's a value proposition there when you look at the fact you're getting 48 tracks, but that's spread out over through 2024, I think?
Before 2024.
Yeah, so you got a lot of tracks that are coming, and they're going to give it to you in spurts, basically.
First one's coming up. Did they even announce when the first one's coming out?
I don't know.
I'm looking.
Oh, it's snowing outside again. Wonderful.
Doesn't say. Wait, what? You fucking liar. It ain't snowing.
Let me rephrase. It's snowing in West Virginia, Willie.
Fuck West Virginia. What's that highway interstate thing that goes to West Virginia? The toll road? What's it called? Turnpike. Fuck that turnpike.
There's
That was
turnpikes
the
everywhere,
worst
man.
thing ever. Now I've driven through Atlanta multiple times. The West Virginia Turnpike is the worst thing ever.
The
Why is it a toll road?
DC Beltway is still one of the worst things ever.
Oh, I've driven through that too. West Virginia Turnpike. Why is it a toll road? Why do I have to pay to go through your shitty, unkempt road? Why?
And that's more kempt than most of the other roads because people pay to drive it.
Yeah, see,
And I'm in a
I
truck.
live west of the
I can't
Mississippi.
go any other way.
Fuck a toll road. We don't do that shit out here.
Because they
Yet.
say, oh, no trucks through here. You have to take the toll road.
Toll roads are such bullshit.
Told us.
I don't disagree. Let's go back to your news, though, Willie.
Oh.
You were talking about when the release date is, or if there was a release date for them. I thought you were looking
Or for the first pack, at least. I thought I saw it, but March 18th is the first one. There it is.
Okay. So we're a little over a month away as we record this.
Yeah, but that was for the first pack of 8, I think it was. 8 tracks? I think 8 tracks.
That sounds about right.
Mom sounds right.
Whoa.
Sorry. It's the first thing. It was a reflex. I'm sorry. It was a reflex.
Jeez, man. Jeez.
That was mean.
It was mean. That's why I said I'm sorry. It was a reflex.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to talk about in regards to Nintendo Direct, Willie?
Nintendo, just like Vince McMahon, can suck a limp dick. Oh, and bring me more Nintendo Strikers. Why did it take you so long to do this shit? The fuck's wrong with you?
Because they had to make the tennis game first.
No one wanted to play the fucking tennis game. Tennis games sucked ass.
Look, some people did. It's Nintendo. When it comes to the Mario sports games, they just kind of cycle
you
around.
like it?
I haven't played
I've played a lot more Nintendo Tennis than I have Nintendo Soccer.
Yeah, you didn't even know it was a thing. But if
No.
you did, if you played it on the Wii, you would have known the greatness of it.
Mm.
I was a
pretty
naysayer
awesome.
once before, just like you. But then I was shown the light of pounding a motherfucker like DK. But the best part about that Nintendo Strikers game, or the Mario Strikers game, well, at least for the Wii, was the intros. Like, all your characters, like your team captains, whoever you picked, flew through, like, fell out, like did like a halo jump. And that's how they entered into the arena. They landed, of course, superhero landing on their knee, I think, most likely.
Of course.
It's all a memory. Oh, hey, phone, be quiet. I don't care about the Amber Alert. I'm inside my house. I can't see shit outside. I know Amber Alerts are important. But, yeah, every time they would do that, they definitely had a theme song playing. And I swear to God, Luigi's was definitely a riff on that Heart song. What the fuck was it? Could have been Barracuda, I think. It was definitely a riff on that. Because you hear the dun 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 dun, like, ooh, Barracuda, that thing. You definitely hear it in the background. I can't remember because it's been such a long time, but I remember the other characters, like, yeah, this sounds like this other song. Not quite exact, but it sounds close enough.
I'll take your word for it. I honestly don't remember. It's been ages since I played it.
I gotta go back and listen.
You should just break out your Wii and play some Mario Strikers again.
That Wii and that game got stolen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Willie.
I have another Wii, but
I didn't mean to bring up bad memories for you. I apologize.
I tried to get a modded Wii.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, a pre-modded Wii because then I can't figure out how to put the fucking games up. Yeah, listen, if this game wasn't $250 goddamn dollars, I'd fucking do it the legal way. But no, they don't want me to do it the legal way, do they?
No comment.
Because you know I'm right.
I know nothing.
Oh, I guarantee
Pretty
you
sure
that.
you're still left.
Did you just use your right hand to point to me?
Nope. That was my left hand.
That was his left. It pointed stage right, but it was his left hand.
Yeah, but for me, I have to turn left because Willie's on my left because he's never right.
I'm
Am
going
I
to
turning
flip-flop
left?
those pictures one day just to screw with
Don't
you
you
guys.
dare! Get me all.
Oh, it's not, you don't
I
think I
finally
can't roll
figured
with
it out.
that?
And now Chris has got to fuck me over.
You think I can't roll with that?
I wasn't
Like,
talking about
how
you.
you doing, Bachman? How you doing?
Yeah, you'll be fine. I'll be fucked up for another year and a half before I get it figured
See,
out.
I'm just looking at these comments up here. That's all.
I'm just gonna randomly shuffle it around
Yeah.
so that we're all in
The-
different positions. How about
comments.
that?
Oh, yeah, like every Sunday it turns on and the 3 screens are just moved.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll never get it then. I'll never figure. I'm
Watch
too
BB
old
on
for
the
change,
bottom and
Chris.
you two up there.
I'm too old for change, Chris. Don't make me cry.
Chris, how could you? How am I the master of this? How am I the one master of this? Tell me. Tell me.
Oh.
How?
Start giggling, Willie. I'm poking you.
Hey guys, can you put in here how I'm the fucking master and these two dipshits don't know anything? Are you poking me in the shoulder? What the fuck?
Yep.
All right,
That's exactly what I'm doing.
that's my news of the week.
Of
Nintendo.
the week. Well, that being said, we did start late, and we
It
are
was
not
pretty
going to try and run super long today because I got stuff I need to do, and I'm sure these guys do as well. We will
we
wrap
got?
things up in our traditional bit, a little segment called What I'm Into. It's when we share with you guys the geeky and nerdy stuff we may get into, because you may want to go check it out yourselves. And I will kick things off and say, finish Book of Boba Fett, like the rest of you guys in here. Excuse me.
Thoughts on the spin move? Thoughts on the spin move?
I thought it was fun. I mean, it's dumb, but it's fun.
It was the dumbest thing. I think
Spin
it might be the
move?
dumbest thing in Star Wars since Jar Jar.
It looks-
like I
it
don't
looks-
understand why. he
It's
did
Robert
a spin
Rodriguez, man. He likes to
move.
do weird body movements and stuff like that in
What
fight
was the
scenes.
spin move?
Oh, when they're being shot at, and the one mod with the eye,
Oh,
I can't remember
yeah!
his name. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he drops
thought that
out from
too.
Black K's arm, does a spin move, and ends up in the same exact place, and then fires his gun.
Yeah, I was
It's-
like, what the
it
fuck
was
that?
just so
okay,
weird. But-
sure.
I mean, hell,
Yeah, I
it got
remember,
everybody.
yeah.
It got everybody talking about that scene. So I mean, I guess good for the actor because everybody's fucking talking about it. So
I mean, it felt like Robert Rodriguez.
Exactly.
That's true.
Not-
It did.
It's Robert
Some
Rodriguez.
El Mariachi.
I enjoyed Book of Boba Fett, but I kind of more enjoyed what it meant implication-wise for the rest of the universe. The story of Boba is not as much what I cared about as it was, hey, what's going on with Luke? What's going on with Ahsoka? What's going on with Mando? What's going on with Amy Sedaris' character?
Who?
yeah, I mean, that was a good update for just
The
what's
woman
going
who
on
helped
in
him
that
build
world.
his ship.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Pell.
I like her.
Pell,
I like
that's
her
it.
name's Pell.
I like her a
Yeah.
lot. And
Yeah,
yeah.
she's great.
Jawas, they're furry everywhere. Furry all
Yeah,
over.
real furry.
Sounds like me. Am I a Jawa?
No, you're too tall.
The world's tallest Jawa.
Am I a Chewbacca Jawa?
You're a Wookiee Jawa.
Oh,
That sounds
What-
like a slur, and you might want to watch
what
how you say
happens
that.
when a Jawa fucks a Wookiee? You get Willie.
Willie, can you go TD for me, please?
T-hole.
He tried to fix it.
Close
Fair
enough.
enough. Fair enough.
So, finished Book of Boba Fett. I enjoyed it. I'm curious to see where they go with it next. What I can't remember what is next that we're getting on Disney Plus.
The 45th
Moon
anniversary
Knight?
of A New Hope debuts Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's right. Everyone was hoping May the 4th would be the
Yep.
premiere of Obi-Wan Kenobi, which would have been cool. But them basically dropping the beginning of Obi-Wan
Yeah, on May
on
25th.
May 25th. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the 45th anniversary of the day that A New Hope hit theaters.
45th? Who
Yeah.
cares about 45? What?
It's an anniversary, though. It's cool that they can
Yeah.
make things line up.
Yeah,
Well-
it's an anniversary date, so it's cool.
All right, so they better have something for the 47th too, because that makes just as much sense.
Oh, it
It was
will.
50. Yeah,
There'll
it's
be
on
a
TV.
there'll be a 13th Disney Plus Star Wars show
Right.
coming out on the 47th anniversary of Star Wars. You know they ain't stopping anytime soon.
So I'm not sure what I'm watching on Disney Plus in regards to new content between now and then, because I can't remember if there's Moon Knight comes out between now and then, doesn't it?
I don't know the release date of
maybe.
that.
We got some more photos from Moon Knight. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and him in his suit,
In the white
suit.
That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. So let's see. What else have I been getting into? I watched another 2 episodes of Reacher on Amazon Prime, which is based off the Jack Reacher books. I have 2 episodes left, and they did just announce this week that it was renewed for a season 2 on
Oh, yeah.
Prime
It's-
Video. So I'm looking forward to it.
Solid finale, wraps up well, and yeah, Moon Knight comes out March 30th.
Okay. So that's probably
Yeah,
our
so
next
Moon
one.
Knight, and then 2 months later we get Obi-Wan.
So if you like Reacher, how do I best describe it? It's kind of a murder mystery, but also with some ridiculous brawls because he gets into some ridiculous fights in there. And they're intense
fight
as hell.
choreography.
The fight choreography is really good. I look forward to them doing stuntmen react to Jack Reacher fights on the Corridor Crew channel. That should be
and
fun.
hopefully those guys listen to the Michael Rosenbaum Inside of You podcast where Alan Ritchson came on and talked about the fact that like the scene where he's just eating a sandwich was like way later in the shooting schedule, and he was basically drowning because he had no oxygen in his blood because of the painkillers he was taking due to the damage done to his shoulder during those fight sequences.
Damn, I hadn't listened to it yet.
He was taking like ibuprofen NSAIDs that were like on steroids, like super strong painkillers that were lowering his testosterone to the level that it was lowering his red blood cell creation. So he wasn't producing enough oxygen for his extremely large body. So yeah, he said that scene where he's sitting there like eating a sandwich, he was basically drowning. Like he was in physical pain and could barely move.
That's nuts.
I mean, yeah, and that's a big fucking tough guy. And yeah, he was having trouble lifting a sandwich because he was in so much fucking pain. Yeah, that dude went through some shit to get that show. Apparently they shot that entire season in like 70 days.
That's insane.
Yeah, he had no downtime. Yeah, the podcast with him and Michael Rosenbaum, if you want to hear some real good shit about the behind the scenes of Reacher and how tough that show was, and some crazy shit about Alan Ritchson. That dude has gone through some shit in his life. He's a very interesting actor. Yeah, it was a fantastic podcast.
For those that might not know where they recognize him from, he was in the Hunger Games movies. He was in Blue Mountain State. He was in Smallville, and he was also in. He's Hawk from Hawk and Dove.
Hawk from Hawk and Dove and the Titans. Yeah, he was the original Aquaman.
And Michael Rosenbaum?
Lex Luthor.
Well,
he's also the Flash.
Wait, are we actually talking about Michael Rosenbaum?
Michael Rosenbaum is those characters.
Michael
Alan
Rosenbaum
Ritchson.
did the podcast.
Yeah.
Alan Ritchson played all those characters.
Oh,
They were
okay.
both in Smallville.
Yes, they were both in Smallville.
Fuck was he in Smallville?
He was Aquaman.
Alan Ritchson was the original Aquaman. in Smallville.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't keep watching up until when they started introducing all the bullshit.
The mini Justice League.
Yeah, the bullshit.
And then I can't remember the name of his character in the Hunger Games, but he was in that. He's done a bunch of stuff.
Pifu. I don't know. It sounds right.
But for some reason, whenever I see him on screen, the first thing I go to is Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, see, I never watched that, so whenever I see him, I go, "Oh, it's Aquaman."
Oh man, Blue Mountain State's ridiculous. I love that
Seems like
show.
it.
I think it's available as the free streaming thing on the Vudu app now, which means it's ad supported. But it was hilarious. For those that aren't aware, it was a college football comedy that was on Spike TV for 3 years.
No. And a whole bunch of people are looking him up because when you go to IMDb and you type in Alan, the first response now is Alan Ritchson on top of Alan Tudyk, above Alan Rickman.
Tudyk.
Yeah, so a whole bunch of people are looking up Alan Ritchson lately to find out, wait, where do I recognize that guy from?
Last thing I've been getting into, just because it's probably what's taking up the most time, is I've been playing a bunch of Pokemon Legends Arceus. And I touched on it last week. Willie, you weren't on here, but they kind of updated the formula for Pokemon, and I'm having a lot of fun. It's like a hybrid of Pokemon, Monster Hunter, and Breath of the Wild, I guess is the best way to put it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. My wife has already beaten it, but I've been getting distracted going on random side jags. Like, I want to catch that Pokemon. The next thing I know, it's 3 hours later. I've caught like 35 Pokemon, and I need to go back and get supplies. I'm like, oh shit, I'm out of everything. Because they've introduced a crafting mechanic into it now. So you can pick up materials while you're in the overworld to make new Pokeballs and stuff like that, or to make potions and stuff like that. So you're not constantly having to go back to buy Pokeballs or to buy potions or revives. You can craft the stuff in the overworld. So it's a lot of fun. I think storyline wise, and maybe like a third of the way through, and I've got something like 15 or 16 hours in because I keep getting distracted and just going and exploring the world. Now, that being said, the world is very sterile, for lack of a better term. It's the same kind of fields and forests everywhere. There's no villages filling in little gaps or anything like that for the most part. It's just a big open world with Pokemon in it. And Game Freak still hasn't quite figured out how to handle things in 3D yet. So some of the sprites look really strange, and there's really weird frame rate issues that pop up from time to time. It's fun, and it's different than the normal formula, and I'm enjoying the fact it's not like the same Pokemon game I've played for 25 years.
Boo.
And this one's on the Switch, right?
It's on the Switch, What are you
Boo.
booing? The fact they made a new version, or they updated things, or the repetition?
Pokemon needs to be taken away from Game Freak. Take it away from them. Give it to another developer to do something with it. They could do much better.
So-
look at the shit they put out.
I don't think it's shitty. I don't think it's an exceptional 10 out of 10 game if you're
It's
to rate
shitty
things, but-
compared to the possibility of what it could be. That's what I'm comparing it to.
You can
Shitty
say
in
that about
terms.
almost anything.
So I get the point you're getting to, and let me see if I can rephrase it, and let me see if this makes sense. Because of how much of it's been the exact same thing for 25 plus years, the fact they did something different now, people are reacting positively to that, but it could have been much better had it been someone else that was pushing them into this different direction because they've got experience doing that kind of thing. So the positive press is more a fact of, hey, you finally did something different, we're pleased with it, versus that it's that good what they did with it. Is that what you're saying?
Just saying, isn't there another, I can't remember the name of it, isn't there like a game that's coming out that's like an open world Pokemon-like game that's like still in development or something? I remember hearing
Yeah, it's on
something
PC
about it.
right now.
Yeah, it's like
I know which one you're
Greenlight,
talking about. I can't remember the name
yeah.
of it.
That looks better. I remember seeing someone like, oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
looks,
fair.
why don't they fucking do that? Oh yeah, because they're fucking stupid.
I think it's
go ahead.
more they've been doing the same thing for so long that change is hard. You've got to overcome that inertia. And let's see what the sequel to Pokemon Legends Arceus looks like. And if
you
it's,
get it,
I don't know. I mean, it's done pretty well. I would assume that this is the evolution of what Pokemon is going to be now.
I think this is a one-off title, just like the Mystery Dungeons or wherever they fucking called back on the DS. This is a one-off.
I guess it depends. I don't know how well Mystery Dungeons sold compared to
That's
Arceus.
it, yeah. But if you want a better Pokemon-like game, hell, fucking it got re-released for the like a remaster for the Switch. It was Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, or was it Curse of the White Witch?
Wait, what'd you call me?
I played it back on the PS3, and they re-released it because they already have a second one out on the PS4. I don't know if it's on the Switch as well, but the first game they re-released for the PS4 and Switch. I'm assuming Xbox as well. I'm assuming, I don't know. But it's Studio Ghibli and Level 5, the RPG maker, RPG studio, fucking got together, made a Studio Ghibli game you can play. And it plays
Nice.
kind of like Pokemon's, kind of enough where you can capture the monsters and you can, level them up. It's like it. It's not exact, but it's like it. It's enough like it for me to say this. But yeah, if you want a better option, there you go. Ni no
Okay.
Kuni. You
That's
like
fair.
Studio Ghibli, you like anime, bing, bada, boom, you fucking weeb motherfucker. There you go.
Willie, have you played it? The Pokemon
I'm-
Legends, I mean?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I've seen it. Yeah, even the graph. Come on, man.
He got all caught up in his bing bada boom.
Why does it looks like a desert everywhere I go?
It
At least
doesn't.
with all the thing I look. Oh, you got a couple of trees here and there.
It doesn't look like a desert.
Little couple of
Desert.
shitty looking trees.
Look, the overworld is not great, and my hope is that if they do a sequel that continues in the same style, that someone is brought in to help them design an overworld. But I'm enjoying
That's
the
fair.
gameplay, and it's really fun to sneak through the brush, sneak up behind a Pokemon and throw a Pokeball into the back of their head unsuspecting and get a bonus towards catch rate and things like that. It's really fun.
Wait, so you're in the bush. Where are the Pokemon?
It's not like in the past games where they
Yeah,
spawn
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah. I thought Pokemon are in the tall grass. Are
But
they not? What
Willie,
the fuck is this?
They're also in the grass too sometimes. I've happened upon a Pokemon while wandering through the grass. Like,
You
oh
get
shit.
what I mean, though.
Yes, I do. So it is a variation on the formula, and I really enjoy the variation. And maybe that colors my opinion some, is that it's finally something relatively fresh when it comes to Pokemon gameplay. So maybe that's what's causing me to enjoy it so much more compared to, say, the Diamond and Pearl remakes that just came out that I played like 6 hours and never picked up again.
I heard those are better than what they've
Yeah,
put out.
they're pretty good. But the problem again is I'm like, oh, I should have known. It's the same formula. I've just got to be in the right mood. So my hope is when I get done playing Arceus, I'll have done something different. Going back and playing something in the old traditional Pokemon formula will feel a little different because it's not the same game I've been playing over and over again. That's my personal hope.
Oh, I'm done with Pokemon, by the way.
Okay, that's
I'm
fair.
not gonna. No, it's done.
That's fair.
I'm never gonna pay money into it. They until they stop being fucking stupid.
The chat room, Pansy says, okay, it's kind of a weird point. Wanting it to evolve, but wanting to restrict Pokemon to be in the tall grass, laughing my ass off.
Oh no, that was just for a joke.
Yeah, he's
point. That's all that
he's
was.
just busting my balls for a gag.
Why are they not in the tall grass,
Busting the
man?
ball.
But I think that's mostly what I've been getting into. I'm sure there's some other stuff I'm not thinking of right now. Willie, why don't you go next? What you been getting into?
Didn't you mention something earlier about white suits? What was it?
Moon Knight?
Yeah, speaking
Yeah.
of white suits, I watched the last episode of Peacemaker.
Is it the finale or is it just the most recent, you mean?
Penultimate, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how many episodes are in this.
Yeah, there's
show.
one more going. Yeah, there's
Okay.
one more after this one. So this was the penultimate episode.
Yeah, but speaking of white suits, we got some Klansmen coming out.
Oh, yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, what white suits? These are more like white hoods.
Well, yeah, they only had the white hoods. I forgot about that.
But not to be confused with KKK members, white hoods with horns. All
Yeah,
of their
they were-
pillowcases have horns.
Yeah, they're literal pillowcases, and they're like pointed, like they got the
That way they look like what's his name, the White Dragon, the dad.
the dipshit.
Yeah,
Although, yeah, the T-1000.
yeah. T-1000 is a racist dipshit.
Yeah,
Robert Patrick. Yeah,
Robert
he's
Patrick. I was about to say Robert Pat.
yeah. His character is awful. The actor is great
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's great at playing this awful fucking the world's worst dad. He's like the
character's
world's
awesome at
worst
what he's
dad.
doing.
Yeah, the way he's
For
doing
what
it
he's
is fantastic.
supposed to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, the character is awful.
Vigilante's also a great character. Fucking
Oh.
Peacemaker. God, I don't
Yeah.
understand. My friend, she said, I don't like this show. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is what I hope we get more of in the future. Shit like this. Weird. The comedy's tuned up to fucking 15. Fuck 11. We
Well,
went past that.
I was just checking the IMDb for it, and I don't know if we'll ever get anything like this again because one of the first trivia thing listed is just perfect. James Gunn wrote the entire first season in 8 weeks during COVID quarantine out of pure boredom, not actually believing the series would ever get picked up. That's why it's so fucking great and crazy. It was just James Gunn having fun.
I want him to
And
do
if
more
you
of
let
that.
James Gunn have fun, you get amazing product. You get amazing films. You get amazing TV shows. Let fucking James Gunn have fun, people, and you'll
This is,
always get a great product.
It's my open letter to James Gunn. I'm going to need you to stop the fuck making movies. Stop making movies. Make shows. I mean,
I don't
yes,
know.
your movies are great, but this show, if I get more
All I'm
spread
saying-
out, oh my God.
All I want is Brightburn 2, the happiest place on earth. Brandon Byers takes over Disneyland, murders everybody, and turns it into his kingdom.
Wait, was he going to Disneyland? Was that a
No,
thing?
but why wouldn't he? He's a
Oh, fair enough.
10-year-old with Superman's powers, and he's fucking evil.
I didn't even think about it. I
Yeah.
thought I was making sure I didn't forget something.
No,
in the movie,
it was
that's
just
all.
it was the first thing I saw when I watched the end of that movie. I'm like, what would that kid do at that point? He has no
I'm
restrictions.
going to Disney World.
He's unkillable. No one can stop him from doing anything. Why wouldn't he go to Disneyland and just burn half the place down and make a throne out of human skulls?
Because he wouldn't go to Disneyland. He'd go to Disney World because fuck Disneyland.
I don't know.
Fuck
But
you,
I don't know.
Anaheim, California.
I just want to see a
East
Brightburn
Coast
2 to
for
see
life.
what does an evil Superman do as a kid if he has no restrictions and he's a fucking psychopath. I want to see the sequel.
Well, I'm pretty sure the same thing a psychopath would do, just harder and stronger.
And faster and bloodier.
I didn't want to go that route, but you did.
Oh, Brightburn was so good. I love James Gunn. Thank you, James Gunn.
I mean, well, did he write that? Because he didn't direct it. He was
No,
a
I think
producer
his company
on it.
produced it. Yeah.
That was it, right? He just produced it,
He was
right?
just the producer, is my understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of his world of crazy superheroes.
Yeah, and his name, I remember the trailers. His name was all over. I was like, he's just a fucking producer. What the fuck? Okay.
Well, there's
sure.
also a difference between some producers are in there making decisions on set and helping out with things, and other producers are putting their name on something because they provided money.
Well,
So there are very different types of producers in Hollywood.
and Willie, if you were putting out a movie that James Gunn was associated with like that, and it was
Yeah.
just after Guardians had come out, and he had a ton of hype behind his name, you'd be plastering his name everywhere too.
And was
Exactly.
it this, when that trailer released, was it also not right after Disney fired him? I use quotes.
I don't remember. I honestly don't.
I think it was after. I think it was right after. I think. I'm not 100% on that. But that I guess that also added to it. Like, yeah, his name's fucking up, blowing up. Why not? Yeah, Disney doesn't want him because they're fucking dipshits. You already apologized for this shit. Why do we care? But yeah. Peacemaker. Oh, Witcher. I beat the game. I even beat the first part of the DLC, or one of the DLCs. I mean, Hearts of Stone. Anyway, I beat that DLC, which was amazing. Holy shit, that was amazing. And now I'm in the Blood and Wine DLC, which is a whole nother area, a whole new map to go to. Because the Heart of Stone was in the same map. I don't know if they expanded on it. It seemed like they expanded on the original a little bit, but it's hard to tell because I wasn't there day one, so I don't know what the map was. I guess I could look it up. I don't know. But yeah, Toussaint, fucking gorgeous. Like, yeah, drab everywhere in Velen. Like, it's just like, oh. But Toussaint, everything is blowing my eyes out of proportion. The saturation is turned up in this area. Even the sky is like, oh, this turquoise. Oh, God. The grass is greener. It's everywhere. As soon as you get in there, there's a fucking fairy tale castle in the background. As soon as you get there. It's been great. I don't know. I've been a dipshit. Haven't played Witcher 3 till now. But hey, at least I get to enjoy it now. That's good.
Plus, did you buy it during that $10 sale?
Listen, I've had this for a while. For over a year.
Yeah, I bought mine during one of these $10 sales. I just don't remember which one.
Yeah, it was probably one of them. Yeah, the complete edition that comes with all the DLC and whatnot.
Yeah, it is one of the best bargains in video games for $10. Like the amount of DLCs and extra content you get for $10 with that game is amazing.
I think I'm 170 hours in, probably more.
I'm just creeping up on 100 hours of Ghost of Tsushima.
And you haven't beat it yet?
No. I just like going around killing Mongols, man. I'm not trying to finish that story yet. I love that game too much to finish it. Yeah. I don't know. I've enjoyed it so much I don't want to finish it.
I will say the best outfit that you can get, I think, is going to all the spa area things.
Oh, the hot springs?
Yeah, hot springs. That's what I mean. Yeah, going to all the hot springs. I think it's that one. I think that's what you unlock. Is that outfit is the best one. You get an
outfit once you hit all the hot tubs? What, do you get like just a kimono?
So that's for you to find out, man.
All right.
Don't look at me like I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I got a couple. You
got another what?
Left.
150 hours to go before you hit that?
Oh yeah, probably. That's good. I'm telling you, it's going to be my game of the year 4 years running.
That makes no sense. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, Witcher, Peacemaker. I started playing Move or Die, which is I'm not sure what else it's on. I know it's on the PS4, but it's called Move or Die. Pretty much there is a health bar. The only reason for this health bar is it will go down if you stop moving, making contact with the ground, running. Like if you're in the air, it doesn't count. Your health bar will go down. That's the only point for your health bar is you have to build it back up by moving on the ground. And it's a bunch of mini games. It's 4 players all at once, and it's pretty much different mini games for different objectives. They're all on the same screen, so you don't have to worry about like screen or I guess the speed run is rotate. You're moving through, but yeah, most of them are just all on the same screen. You're just doing something. If you move or die, there's also different mutators that change the rules, and it's just a bunch of fun. It's very fun with all 4 people. You call people cunts a lot in it because they are a bunch of fucking cunts. How could you do that to me? How could you do that to me, Jennifer? Yeah, bunch of shit like that. And revisited also Ultimate Chicken Horse. Ultimate Chicken Horse is a great also multiplayer game for people. All on the same screen. That's guaranteed. Pretty much you have to get from the starting point to the goal. And to do so, most every board except for one, you have to build things between rounds. You only have to build one thing for a round. You put it on the level, and hopefully you can get to it. But you're also trying to fuck over your other people. You put traps out there too. Then you get points if you trap them. Ultimate Chicken Horse, fun time with multiple people. You know what? That's all I did. Fuck you, I'm out.
Well, wrap things up for us, Bachman. What you been getting into?
So yeah, got finished Book of Boba Fett, Jack Reacher, watched all of season 5 of Rick and Morty, waiting for the last episode of Peacemaker, because yeah, damn, that setup for the finale is just awesome. And yeah, it's the greatest intro of a show possibly ever. I'm still working my way through The Sopranos. I think I'm coming up on the end of season 2. Yeah, play a little Ghost of Tsushima. Been playing a bunch of Fortnite. I finished off the 100 levels of this battle pass. Got my Spider-Man outfit and then the Spider-Man black suit outfit, which is really cool. And then playing a little more of the Dead by Daylight. Yeah, it's, fucking DBD has just not been fun lately. Fortnite has been fun lately. DBD's been kind of a hassle to play. And then yeah, doing a bunch of drawing. Actually been working on my my Never Quit Drawing book, which I've been loving. And then yeah, having finished season 5 of Rick and Morty, had to do a little sketch of one of my favorite guys, Evil Morty, and actually threw him in his mayor outfit. Wouldn't put the eye patch back on him because yeah, Evil Morty's like the best. We ordered a bunch of Lego minifigs because we saw a set at the Lego store here in town, but they wanted like $10 per bag for them, and it's those blind packs. Found on the Disney store, they're $5.99 for a blind pack. So yeah, we sadly ended up getting 3 of the Siffy or Sil, whatever the hell the female Loki. Sylvie. Yeah, great character, but yeah, of the 5 packs I ordered, we got 3 of her. So that was kind of annoying because there's 12 different figures. So I have 3 of the little alligators, which is cool, but yeah, ended up getting 3 of her was kind of annoying. The only other 2 characters I did get, though, were kind of nice. We got the Captain Britain, which is, Haley Atwell, if she had taken the superhero serum, which I think it was the first or second episode of the What If series.
First.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, one of the coolest ones you could possibly get in there, which is the T'Challa Star-Lord, which lovingly comes with the element guns, the purple jacket, and then you have a swap-out head so you can put the little Star-Lord helmet on him, too, which had the little tiny Lego Star-Lord face mask, is just fantastically detailed. Yeah, so those 2 are really cool. I think we have the girlfriend got another jacket coming and threw in 2 more of the Lego minifigs, so we got those on the way. And then, yeah, had finished up my house project yesterday. We had I got me my new 32-inch monitor here on the desk, which meant the 27-inch TV that had been one of my desk monitors got moved up to the office. The office TV that she had in there got moved to the bedroom, and I bought like a $20 wall mounting thing for it. And weirdly, none of the 3 studs in the wall where we wanted to hang the TV, none of them were in the right spot. So yesterday I went to Lowe's, had a remnant piece of board cut, cost me a whopping $2, rented across 2 of the studs, drilled the holes in it, got everything lined up, took it down to the garage, painted it with our leftover paint from when we got the house painted. So it's the exact same gray, repose gray that our walls are painted. Took it back upstairs, mounted on the wall, mounted the swing arm to that, and then hung a TV from our bedroom. Last night, laid in bed and watched the new Kevin James movie Home Team, which was kind of funny. It's supposedly based on the true story.
He's supposed to be Sean Payton in this, isn't he?
Yeah, he's supposed to be Sean Payton, the coach that was basically suspended from the NFL for 2 seasons because of Bountygate, yeah. And the whole show is all about that, and basically how this guy apparently ignored his kid during like his 6 years running up to like winning the Super Bowl with the Saints as the coach. Like was a divorced parent that wasn't really seeing his kid, and then went back home to teach his kids like junior high or high school football team during the 2 years he was suspended from the NFL because of Bountygate. And it's weird because it's that whole like based on a true story, but then like it's a Happy Madison production with Kevin James and Rob Schneider's in it as like comedy relief. So it's got kind of the little joke stuff, like Little Giants and stuff, but it's definitely not a comedy. So it's this weird in between of a kind of a true story with some Happy Madison type humor thrown in. It was definitely interesting. I had a couple of good laughs in it. The little kid actors playing some of the football players were hilarious. And then some of the decisions they made, like they had a kid that was playing defense that was afraid to hit people. So the idea was that Sean Payton turned him around and made him a fullback. It's like, well, if you don't want to hit anybody, then don't let him hit you. And now you have the ball and you're going to run with it. And so like some of like the football psychology in the show was really good for like teaching younger players to play football. But yeah, it's very strange, but it was interesting. I enjoyed it. Like I didn't hate it at all. But yeah, it's that weird middle ground stuff, which we found the same thing on the woman in the window across the street from the girl next door, or whatever the fuck.
I haven't watched that one yet, but it looks weird
sorry, what?
and fun.
Yeah, it's the new Kirsten Bell one. Let me see if I can get the actual title, because yeah, it's such a strange name. It's one of those ones where it seems like the name is really meant to be like, oh, it's like the ironic twist on, the woman on the third floor, the woman in the window,
The girl who kicked the bee's nest.
yeah, all those weird names, right? So you got all these shows with these weird names, and they kind of combined one on Netflix with Kristen Bell, who's fucking hilarious. But yeah, the show is The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. So when you see that big ass long title, you think it's, like Scary Movie or Not Another Teen Movie or Epic Movie or one of those ridiculous titles. And the previews on Netflix make it look really funny. When you start watching it, it's more of a like depressing drama, where then Kristen Bell delivers 3 jokes during the weird episode, and it's like playing out like it's going to be kind of a remake of Rear View Window, the old Hitchcock thing where you see a murder across the street and you flip out. Like Disturbia was one of the remakes of it that was done really well.
Disturbia.
Yeah, and Disturbia was great. That was a great film. I actually think that probably is my favorite Shia LaBeouf thing he's ever done. That's one of his best movies. But yeah, so it's weird because Netflix is playing this off like it's a comedy. All the previews make it look like it's really funny, and then you watch the first episode and it's a character dealing with her husband left her because their kid died, and so now she just takes pills at home and drinks, and it's not funny. And so yeah, we watched the first episode, and Jano's like, I don't think I even want to watch any more of this, much less do I like it. Like it's very strange where they're targeting one audience for it, and then you start watching it, and like the title tells you it's a comedy. Kristen Bell in it makes you think it's going to be a comedy. All the commercials, all the trailers that Netflix are running for you tell you it's a comedy, and you watch it, you're like, this is not a fucking comedy. This is like a dark drama that's got a couple of jokes in it. And so yeah, it's really weird the way they targeted this one. I'm not even sure if I'm going to watch more of it, but I don't know. It's very strange. So yeah, Home Team I think was worth watching. Like it had some funny parts, whatever your feelings are about Sean Payton and Bountygate, but like it was a funny kids football movie. The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window, I'm not so sure. Because yeah, I just finished watching all of The Good Place, and so I was like, oh, a new Kristen Bell show, cool. And yeah, we watched this first episode yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck did we just watch? That was so weird. Yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing. Yeah, working on a little bit of artwork. Oh yeah, and then I had an awesome art supply show up. Sadly, one of the things that sucks about Copics is they're so goddamn expensive. So each one of these from Dick Blick Art Studios, their list price $7.99, and Dick Blick has them on sale. You get them for $5.85. So I got me 5 new Copics because I'm going to be working on, you can kind of see it on my art desk. There's a Toph Beifong from Avatar that I did for Sketch Day with the family a couple of weeks ago that I've been coloring with Copics, and I needed some more yellows, so I got some awesome yellows. But then Dick Blick also has a couple of different versions where it looks like they're trying to make kind of their own version of Copics, but they're all very different. So you have studio brush markers. So I got this floral set of all like purples and pinks, which I want to try. And like this set, I think was like $15, where each of the Copics, like they're even on sale, they're $5.85 a piece. Then they also have what they call Illustrator markers. This whole set of 24 was less than, I think, $20. So this is way cheaper than Copics. And then this set of what they call art markers, this set of 12 was also about, like $2 a piece instead of being $5 a piece. So I've got 3 different types of Dick Blick markers that I'm going to give a shot. I'm just going to, do like 3 or 4 just quick ink drawings and then color them to see how these markers work in comparison to how well Copics. I mean, Copics are still like the best markers on the market. These things blend together better than anything in the world. These things blend almost like colored pencils do. So, I mean, there's a reason Copics are so expensive. They're a reason the Copic company has been kicking ass for years and can still charge, $7 damn for a marker. They're fucking awesome. They work really great, and their colors are super vibrant, and they last. But I need to find something to supplement them because goddamn Copics are pricey. Yeah, so I got that big mail delivery of art supplies I'm looking forward to putting some work in with. But yeah, other than that, just looking forward to the game because we got nachos coming today. We went and hit the store last night, spent $40 on salsa and a big brick of Velveeta cheese and some beef and 2 big ass bags of nachos, and I got a case of Dr. Pepper in there, and I never buy soda anymore, so I'm going to get fucking fired up on sugar and eat me some nachos and watch some football and a whole bunch of commercials today.
Rumor has it Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer may appear during this. Now, whether those sources were right or not that I saw on Twitter, who knows? But the timing would seem about right.
It's definitely possible. I mean, if it's supposed to release in May, they should have enough footage by now to show us something.
I'm sure
all we need is, Ewan McGregor in a hood. Like, it doesn't even have to be on a set. He could be in a closet for all we know.
And I'm sure we'll hear Vader's breathing in the background or something, too.
Yeah. Yeah, we need a little Anakin doing a little, I'm having trouble breathing.
There's so much sand here.
Of course. And it gets everywhere.
I mean, I guess it's a problem if you wear a respirator, if it gets everywhere, though.
It's also a problem when all of your limbs are mechanical. Like he's getting coarse bits of sand inside of all of his gyros, man. That can't be fun. It's fucking up your gears.
On that note, though, I think we are going to shut things down. A friendly reminder that we do stream this show live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at www.geeks.live. Sometimes there's like a 30 to 40 minute delay because someone's computer blows up. In this case, it was my computer this week, so my apologies to everyone. I forgot the other stuff I was going to say. Before we shut
all technical difficulties.
Yeah. Before we shut this thing down, you guys have any final thoughts you want to share with the people?
I do.
Thanks to Panzu for joining us in the chat room again.
I want to say I hope you have fun with your dick markers.
I will.
I've been holding on to that one.
What's your dick?
Oh.
He's been holding on to his dick and my dick markers the whole
now.
time.
Hey, I ate the ice cream with the Viagra. What do you think I'm going to be doing with it?
Blick, not dick, blick. It says it right there. Blick. Blick,
your
blick,
blick
blick,
dick
blick, blick,
markers.
blick, blick.
Don't blick your dick.
Yeah. Blick dick markers.
Or do. I'm not going to judge you.
Maybe.
You do you. That's what it
In fact,
all
I
comes
might
down
try.
to.
Whatever I do
Feel
in the
good.
comfort of my bedroom is up to me, man.
Can I come?
No.
Not at your place
Never.
right now.
You can do whatever you want once the cameras are off. Not on camera. Not on camera. Ain't trying to
FML.
see that. Yep.
I don't know what's happening now. I apologize, everyone. We were doing really good, and then it just turned into all things good and dick talk at the end. And I apologize. We'll see you all next week
There's
for
the
another
episode title.
installment of
Lick
the
your dick.
show. Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.